Golden Acre here with another Halo 4 campaign mission walkthrough, and today I'm going to show you how to get the second of the 2 weekly campaign challenges for the week of April 7th through the 13th, which is He is Made of Iron, which requires you to complete any campaign mission on heroic or higher difficulty with the Iron Skull. And I chose Shutdown for this challenge because it is really easy with the 2-tower skip first demonstrated by No Eyes 10. And in addition to the Iron Skull, I turned on Cowbell to get a little bit of extra explosive capability. And I turned on Grunt Birthday Party to better see grunt headshots at distance. So here we go, starting things off. You get through the 343 stuff. I'll go ahead and skip the opening cutscene and head for the Pelican.
To create the Prometheans from ancient humans. If he wants to finish the job, he'll have to find it first. Our best bet to stop him is keep him firmly on Requiem.
Okay, I had a little problem loading up on ammo here. Grabbing the wrong, or hitting the wrong keys. There we go. So I got a DMR and a railgun after all that mess, fully loaded. I actually don't use the railgun in this mission, but it is a pretty good secondary weapon to have. And we're dropping down here, and Cortana's going through her pre-flight checks.
It may be a while before we find another.
And when the chief says it'll be okay, we'll see the waypoint for the left trigger, and we hit boost, and we're off on our way.
Contact. Didact dead ahead.
Now what we're supposed to do here is fight our way through 2 separate towers to deactivate some sort of device that will allow us to gain entry to a 3rd tower where we can get inside the Didact's force fields. But thanks to No Eyes 10, there is a way to get in, sort of like a back door to get into the 3rd tower where we can bypass the first 2, and I'm firing at that right now. And that's where we're headed. That's what makes this mission really simple. It takes about 10 minutes to do. You know, using reasonable tactics and techniques, we can just charge right through it. I did this in a single segment with no deaths. I mean, it was a very easy mission. But anyway, we come in through here, and we drop the Pelican down, square it up a little bit to the doorway. There's a little platform right there we can land on. Go ahead and jump out, and over here on the left there's a nice big hole in the doorway. If I could ever get through it the first try with my jetpack. So we're going to jump up and jetpack. I got it on the 2nd try. Okay, now we're in the 3rd tower. And we come up through here. Wait for the door to open. Okay, into the grav lift. Don't run into it, just because you might run right through it and fall to your death. And up we go. There's 2 levels we have to deal with up here. The first level, there'll be a bunch of coveys. And the second level, after we take out a couple of hunters, we're just actually going to make a rush to the end. Alright. So over across the way where I'm aiming, there are a couple of shielded jackals and a grunt. And oh, I didn't get him quick enough. All right, well I have to deal with him when I clear the other towers, or most of the 2 towers to my right and left here. All right, now I got 4 grunts up here on this platform. Sometimes you can get them all. Sometimes they'll retreat on you. Alright, there's 3 and 4. Okay, got them all this time. And then up ahead to my right is a plasma turret, and ahead to my left is a plasma turret. And the one on the right, you want to aim just right of center to get a good headshot on the grunt on the turret. And the one on the left, you want to aim just left of center to get a good headshot. And at some point, an elite, like so, will appear on the turret, and just go ahead and switch over to the light rifle and just keep popping him with light rifle shots, and that'll take him out. He'll pop his shields and you can headshot him. And same thing's true on the right side. Now what'll happen here is that, for the most part, is that as one covey is taken out on the gun, another one will take over the gun or the turret to take its place, and you can just sit here and pop them from distance. Don't feel like we've got to rush the turrets or anything. This is pretty simple. Alright, looks to me like we're not getting any more up here on the guns. I'm being a little bit careful here. Although on heroic level of difficulty, they're not the greatest of shots. Okay, looks like they have abandoned the guns, so I swapped out my, actually ammoed up on my light rifle. And it looks like over here I've got a Grunt and that shielded Jackal to take out. So I'll take the Jackal out first, and then the Grunt. And immediately come over here, because off in the distance there, there will be 2 Grunts and 3 shielded Jackals on that far platform. Go ahead and take them out. And down on this near platform, there's going to be several shielded Jackals and a couple or 3 Grunts or so. Probably, not sure how many Grunts. Sometimes there won't be any because I've taken them all out because they kept getting on that plasma turret. This time I think I got at least one or 2 down here to deal with. And kind of looking around, seeing what I can see. Yeah, I actually heard a plasma pistol charging there. So I know I've got at least 1 Grunt. There's one, and I think there's one more down there. Yep, there he is. He's charged with a plasma pistol. That's how I use that container as cover. Alright, cleared that platform, and now I'm going to swap out my DMR for fuel rod cannon.
Chief, head for
and across the way where that waypoint is, on that platform there is a fuel rod elite and 2 Grunts. And because Thunderstorm is not activated, the elite there has a tendency to retreat. I would like to have taken him out with the light rifle from distance, but he is proving to be very elusive here. So I decided to go to plan B here momentarily. I'm still looking for him. It looks like he's hiding on the other side of the platform, so I'm going to go to plan B. And it's going to go up here. Now I would have done this ultimately anyway, but I'm going to grab this incinerator cannon, swap out the light rifle for it. Kind of looking for him, and there he is, almost straight across. I'm going to take this man cannon here and blast him with the incinerator cannon and scratch one elite. Okay, next up, on the next platform, before we can go up that grav lift, we've got to deal with 2 hunters. 5 or 6 hits with the fuel rod cannon will take them out. Alright. That should be hunter number 1. And hunter number 2 is kind of hanging back. Now he comes up. I didn't quite get a good shot on him, so I'm going to push him here with the jetpack and knocked him off with the incinerator cannon. Oh, never seen that before. There goes hunter number 1. Okay, up the grav lift. And we're just about done here. We're going to do a big rush here at the to get to the end of the mission. Alright, we'll have an elite to deal with right here. Now we actually could have bypassed him, but I like to blast him with the incinerator cannon if I have any ammo left, and then grab that Banshee on down here, down this way through this center bridge area underneath. When we get this last downward stanchion, come back up to the second level here, jump out of the Banshee, jump back down to the first level, door opens, immediately go to jetpack to avoid the fire from the coveys behind you, and that about does it. That's the end of combat operations on this particular mission. So we go ahead and put Cortana into the terminal here, and now she's turning into her ramp itself. And while we're sitting here waiting for things to happen, I'm seeing how fast I can swap weapons. That's what that's all about. Nothing better to do. at some point here. We'll have to get Cortana out of the terminal.
Ship's online. They're leaving.
I'm sorry.
There
I
we
don't
go.
know what.
And listen to her a little bit more, and Chief wants to jump on a lich and get to the Didact that way, and of course, you know, as a player, I'm just sitting here waiting.
There are several liches.
We've got to wait for the screen to open right here in front of us, or this plexiglass window, whatever the heck it is. Here it comes. Alright, so I'm going to get clearance, jump down, and sprint, and jump off the end, and that's the end of the mission. I'm going to go ahead and skip the cutscene here. We're not going to watch the Chief freefall too much, and that's the end of the mission. I hope this helps you in your quest for the He Is Made of Iron challenge for April 7th through the 13th. The challenge should pop here momentarily, but this is Old and Nakey signing off. Take care, everybody.